Mike Daisey, monologuist. You excited about the appearance of the new white iPhone 4?
No. There was a time when I might have been at least interested, but no, I'm not excited about it.
Why?
Because having spent time in Shenzhen, in factories, watching the circumstances under which the devices are made, there's something sort of the height of hubris to think that the significance of Apple being able to make an iPhone that is now white, but otherwise exactly identical to the old iPhone. There's something about the fact that the cosmeticness of it that just heightens the things that already are difficult in technology. So no, I'm not excited about it.
There are many people watching this show who are, whose weeks, months, perhaps years will be made with the appearance of the new iPhone 4, the white one, the green one, the red one, the iPhone 5, the iPad. What would you say to them?
I would say I recognize them because I love technology. It's my only hobby. I love everything about technology. I love reading about it. I love reading rumors about it. I love looking at it. I love shopping for it. I love buying technology. I love comparing one piece of technology to another. I love bringing it home. I love opening it, even when it's in that bubble wrap that won't open. And I even like the smell of technology, the sort of burnt PVC smell that it has when you plug it in and electricity goes through technology the first time. I love all those things about it. But I also simultaneously have grown to recognize that there are complexities to how our technology is made, the circumstances under which they're made, and as a consequence, my own faith in Apple and in technology in general, was shaken, and so I can't participate the same way I used to in just enjoying technology as a sort of abstract, beautiful object.
So when you see devices like this now, this is actually an old one. I'm not up to date. What do you think?
Well, I think that they comprise sort of the heart of the resonant metaphor that runs through our existence today, that these are the windows through which we see the world. So if you control the metaphor through which people see the world in technology today, you control the world itself. And so understanding why our devices are the way they are, understanding why design matters, these things are vital to me and to all of us. I still believe that. I believe it even more now. At the same time, seeing an iPhone, and I own an iPhone, and when I use it, I'm reminded of the children who put the devices together. I went to the factories, I stood outside of Foxconn and conducted hours and hours of interviews. I spoke to many workers who are 14 years old and 13 years old and 12 years old. I have, I heard stories to last a lifetime of the circumstances that are there. So both those things are true, and so they speak to one another. The devices are lovely and they have a very real cost.
Does it have to be that way? Do these wonderful devices, which we all love, do they have to come with a cost?
No. That's the part that's most surprising. Because the standard trope, the standard belief that we're sort of inculcated with is if we did not use cheap labor in China, our devices would be so hideously expensive. But what people don't understand is that the special economic zone in China, which China, it should be acknowledged, is a fascist country run by thugs. The special economic zone that was carved out in the South, where corporations were invited to participate. Those corporations, which were our corporations, wrote their own rules for how labor would work there. So many of the rules that have been written, the way things are done, are simply inhumane. Many of the changes that could happen have nothing to do with money. While I was there in country, a worker at Foxconn died after working a 32-hour shift. It is not difficult or impossible to change the environment in a workplace so you do not let your workers work that way. You do not encourage them to work that way. It's very possible. It does not actually require huge amounts of money or resources. What it does require is a change in mind space, in the way that you work with people. That's what's missing, because the entire system in Shenzhen that makes our devices is deeply inhumane. It is designed around using up the workers for everything they have and throwing them away.